Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is finally going to be my first trimester recap along with our gender reveal, because it wasn't really much of a reveal. I will get into that later in the video. Just want to throw a disclaimer out there that Matt is in the next room painting the nursery and he's watching The Office. So if you guys can hear him, I apologize. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I'm not gonna go week by week like I had planned, because everything was pretty much the same throughout my first trimester. And the first trimester, you guys, it was rough on me. Today I am 16 weeks and 1 day, and I'm finally starting to feel better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into that. I was nauseous. I threw up about 3 to 5 times a day. I was extremely tired, and that's really about it. Nothing else really happened. I did have some heartburn here and there, but I think that that was just because I was so nauseous, and it was almost like indigestion. I couldn't keep anything down. If I did eat, it was not a lot. And it most likely came back up. There were a few times that I thought I was gonna have to go either into my doctor's office or into the hospital to get fluid, because it was just not going well at all, and I was very worried about myself, but I was also worried about the baby not getting enough nutrients because I wasn't getting anything. So I was super dehydrated as well. At my, I think it was either my 12 or 13 week appointment, my doctor seemed very concerned with how much weight I had lost in such a short amount of time. As of today, I'm 16 weeks, like I said, and I'm down 17 pounds just from the morning sickness. I mean, luckily I had that to lose. I'm not like in any danger, but I've lost it in a very quick amount of time. And my doctor said if I don't start feeling good within the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna have to start going in for weekly weight checks and monitoring to make sure that myself and baby are doing okay. But I think my morning sickness is coming to an end. I haven't gotten sick in a week and a half, and I haven't really felt too nauseous, so that's, thank God, that is perfect because it has been really, really rough. They did put me on a nausea medication called Bonjusta or Bonjusta. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. I do not really think that it did a whole lot. I was just nauseous. It wasn't just morning sickness. It was all day sickness, no relief. It was terrible. And my days pretty much consisted of getting up, getting sick, attempting to eat breakfast, going to work all day, coming home, and then laying down immediately, because the only way I would get relief from the nausea was going to sleep. And I was so tired. The exhaustion during the first trimester, you guys, was real. Hopefully I'm going to be cleared and I'm not going to have to go in for weekly weight monitoring or checks, because I'm finally starting to feel better. My next appointment is my 18-week appointment. I go every 4 weeks. My doctor's office likes to see you every 4 weeks. So I go back in 2 weeks, and hopefully by then I've gained a little bit. I've been stepping on the scale weekly at home, and I'm still losing weight, because even though I am feeling better, I still don't have much of an appetite, but I can eat, and things are staying down finally, so that's good. I've been trying to drink a lot of water and hoping that that would help. One other thing throughout the first trimester that I did forget to mention were the food aversions. And I don't know if it is just because I was so nauseous, but nothing ever sounded good to me to eat. Not even like cereal. Like I would eat cereal and I would be like, why am I doing this? Like, this is disgusting. Raw, or not just raw meat, but meat in general, I finally started adding back into my diet this week, and I've been okay with it. But meat, no way. I did not eat meat at all. Every type of food you can think of just disgusted me. So that's kind of my first trimester in a nutshell. I'm gonna kind of go into some other things that happened throughout the first trimester. You guys, I am so sad. My doctor's office does not let me film my ultrasounds. I tried to, and I've had an ultrasound every 2 weeks because my doctor is monitoring me so closely because of the miscarriage and just my infertility issues in general. She just wants to make sure that the baby is doing okay. So I had my first ultrasound at 6 weeks and 3 days. I went back at 8 weeks. 10 weeks I wasn't supposed to have an ultrasound, but they couldn't find the heartbeat on the Doppler because I was still a little bit too early, so I got an ultrasound then. 11 weeks I got an ultrasound because I chose to do genetic testing for the baby just to make sure that nothing was wrong. We did like the trisomy gene testing that's tested for like Down syndrome, spina bifida, and I think 2 other things. So I got an ultrasound at 11 weeks, but the baby did not cooperate. So we had to come back at 13 weeks. And the baby still did not cooperate. So I had to get some extra blood work done for the genetic testing. I also wanted to mention that because I am overweight and because I have PCOS and have slight insulin issues already, my doctor's office decided to have me do an early glucose test. So they had me start with the 1-hour glucose test, and I didn't know I was doing it the day I was doing it, so I did it at like 2 in the afternoon. I had already eaten, I had already drank some water, which I guess is fine, but you're not supposed to like eat or drink anything before the test. At least my doctor's office says so, but they went ahead and let me do the 1 hour, which I don't really understand why. Probably because I had told them that I had gotten sick, so they just probably assumed nothing was in my system. But lo and behold, I failed the 1 hour test. So last week at, it was the day before I turned 16 weeks. It was actually 2 days ago. I went in and did my 3-hour test. I tried to go back a couple different times to do the 3-hour test, but the place I tried to go was not letting me do it. So I ended up just doing it at my doctor's office. And you guys, that was a horrible experience. I had to fast beforehand, and I'm the type right now with how everything's going, I have to eat very, very frequently. Otherwise the nausea does come back. And I had to fast, and then they do a fasting lab. So before you drink that sugary drink, they do a fasting lab, then you drink the drink, and then they draw your blood 3 more times after that for the 3-hour test. About 20 to 30 minutes after I drank the drink, the pure sugar drink, I started feeling super lightheaded, and I kind of got like hot, and I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I went and told the front desk, and they got a nurse, and the doctor or the nurse let me go ahead and lay down. But you guys, I passed out. I can't believe that happened to me. I've never passed out before in my life. The nurses got me back to the room. I sat on the bed, or the next thing I remember is I woke up with a cold rag on my head, and they were like, you passed out. And I was like, what? Like, how does that happen? And from there on out, I still felt lightheaded. I was laying there like in my bra because I was so hot. They were fanning me, telling me, please do not throw up. Whatever you do not throw up, because you're gonna have to come back a different day and do this all over again. You're halfway done. Just try to not to throw up. Luckily, you guys, I did not throw up, and I kept everything down, so I didn't have to redo it. So I will find out probably mid next week if I passed that, and I pray to God that I pass it, because I do not need something else during this pregnancy going wrong. I mean, the pregnancy itself is going fine. The baby's perfectly fine. But for myself, I just hope that there's nothing else wrong with me that I have to go through. So I guess now is the time to go into the gender and everything that happened with that. So like I said before, we got genetic testing done on baby just to make sure nothing was wrong. I had asked 3 different times if they were testing for the gender because I really, really wanted it to. But they said, no, you know, the type that you picked is not testing for the gender. You can add it on or pick a different package, but your insurance might not cover it. I checked into it, and it did not cover it. It's gonna be like a couple $1,000s. So I was like, you know what? By the time we ended up doing this test, I would be getting the results back about the same time that I could find out on an ultrasound. So I decided to opt out of that issue, or the gender part of it, and just do the trisomy gene one, because my insurance did cover that 100%, luckily. So when I got the email back that the genetic testing was in, I scrolled through it. Everything is fine with the baby. Everything came back low risk. But they did end up testing for the gender. So as I was scrolling through, I saw the gender, and I was like, what the heck? So this was actually this past Tuesday. And we had a gender ultrasound yesterday, and we were supposed to have a gender reveal get together today. It wasn't going to be anything special. It was just going to be some close friends and family. We were going to make lunch. I wasn't going to get any decorations or cake or anything. I just kind of wanted it to be simple. We bought 2 of those exploding baseballs, and that's how we were going to do it. But I found out the gender on Tuesday by mistake. I was very happy with the results, but I was kind of upset because I was like, we had this whole thing planned and I wanted to be able to do it that way. But I called my husband and I told him what happened and he's like, you have to tell me. So I told him. Unfortunately, it was over the phone. I was like, I'm gonna surprise you when I get home. But he's like, no, you have to tell me now. So I told him over the phone, and then we just decided to go ahead and tell our friends and family that way. Because like I said, the gender reveal wasn't gonna be anything special. And I mean, it was gonna be special, but I didn't have much planned for it anyway. And honestly, it worked out because if you guys could see outside right now, no one would probably be coming today anyway because we got a huge snowstorm this weekend. So it ended up working out. So what we did was, since I had already bought the baseball, we went ahead and hit it open in our garage. And that's the video that we showed on Facebook to announce the gender we were having. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that footage in right now. Okay, so we know the gender, so now we're gonna tell you. Matt, I'm gonna pitch the ball and Matt's going to hit it, hopefully.
I might swing and miss. Hang on.
God. Ready?
Yep.
Oh my God, that was loud. It's a boy! It's all over you.
I gotta clean up my garage.
It's a boy! Yay. So there you have it, guys. We are having a little boy and we are so excited. I just realized I'm wearing a blue shirt and that has nothing to do with the gender. This is actually a maternity shirt that my mother-in-law bought me for Christmas. And I'm already starting to need to get some more clothes. So I just threw this on because I literally live in my PJs. But no, this had nothing to do with the gender or anything like that. But yeah, we are having a boy. We are so thrilled, so over the moon. My motherly instinct was very wrong because Matt and I both thought we were having a girl. I mean, I was like 99% sure it was gonna be a girl, but now that we know it's a boy, I could not imagine any other gender. Like we are so excited it's a boy. We do have a name picked out. I'll probably do a name reveal or something like that later on, or we might wait until the birth. I haven't decided yet. All of our close friends and family know the name, but I might just wait and announce it on YouTube a little bit later. But yeah, you guys, I think that's mainly the gist of everything. I went over the first trimester. It was very uneventful because I was so sick I didn't do anything. Half my friends were just like, are you alive? And I was like, no. I truly felt like I was dying. But I would do it all over again for this little boy growing inside my tummy. We are so excited and we cannot wait to meet him. And then I went over the gender. I'm sorry I put that in 2 videos, but the video you saw was super short, so there was no reason to put it in a separate video or anything. I guess I'll show you guys my tummy. I don't really know if I have a bump yet. Everyone around me says I do, but like I said, I've lost some weight and I was also overweight before pregnancy, so this is probably a mixture of my bump, my mini bump, and probably my gut from before pregnancy, but I will go ahead and show you my bump now. So this is the shirt I was talking about. That's a maternity shirt. My mother-in-law bought me. It's just really flowy, kind of like has like a little bit of an open back. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's super comfy. It'll be nice in the spring when I'm a little bit bigger, but this is my bump so far. It's really starting to round out right here, which is what I think is part of the bump, but up here I just think I'm still in that mixture stage of it being a bump and being, yes, I'm wearing PJ bottoms, don't judge me. I still think it's just a mixture of a mini bump and like my stomach from before pregnancy, but this is the bump so far. Also, I just kind of wanted to say that was my first trimester recap, but I also kind of just gave you an update all the way up until week 16. I know it's a little bit into the second trimester, but I just kind of wanted to get you guys updated, get you guys to where I am now. And then I'll try to start pumping out weekly updates. I might do like every other week depending on how eventful the week is. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for the love and support, and I'm so sorry that I've not gotten a video out since the reveal of me being pregnant. I just have, if you can't tell, I have not felt good, and I just haven't wanted to put a video up where, you know, it was rushed and everything like that. So I just wanted to get a good video out for you guys, make sure I hit all the main points. And yeah, so I just want to thank you guys again. for subscribing to my channel. Subscribe if you want to see the rest of this pregnancy journey. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.